Alright, well I didn't film anything yesterday really. Me and my dad took his Nova to the car show, sat up there for a couple hours. I got my ST12 out. Started working on getting the headlights working. They had power to them and all, but the headlights were bad. I had two good ones I put in it. Now I'm working on, when I got this snow plow, dozer blade, whatever you want to call it, the guy had taken it all apart and I never got the lever to actuate that, but I got some control rods from another deal I made with somebody, and I don't know if this is exactly what this is for, but this is what I'm going to use it for. I had an extra one, came off of something, and I'm working on making that piece that pushes on that little lever, but I don't know how good it's going to work. It's just some square, angle iron. I'm pretty much going to cut this section out there, leave that to push on the thing, and then cut it out. And I took the one off of the hydro to kind of map it out. This is the hole for the control rod, and that's the hole for the pin. So my hope is to be able to make it. The original is a lot thicker, but I think this will at least function. I don't know if it'll bend this tab after a while, and I'll have to come up with something else, but I really don't have a welder or anything to make something identical to the original. Because this is all the original is. So I kind of just measured everything up, and I'm going to bend the end over once I cut this side off to match that, and it should work hopefully, because I've been just having to get off to turn it and all, so hopefully I can get that done. And I started working on that PTO cover I'm trying to put on this. I'm just trying to get some of that ugly paint off and get it somewhat original and maybe bare metal or something. At least look somewhat decent. But yeah, I don't think a lot of the new people that have been watching, I don't think they've seen this. It's pretty decent. The nose cone's starting to crack. I'm gonna have to mess with that, but overall it's a pretty nice original tractor. I need that side cover there for it. When I got it, it had this homemade sleeve hitch on it. It's actually pretty well built for what it is. This link got cut or broken, but that's easy enough to make. And my videos have I've kind of been spacing them out. But I got some stuff in primer last week and got the one front wheel painted on the one side. And I just put a coat of primer on the hood to kind of see how flat it was, because it was all dented in when I got it. It really doesn't look too bad with primer on it. I don't know what it's going to look like when I put white on it, but I think I'm going to be happy with it until I find a better hood to paint for it. But I'll probably, I don't know if I'm going to show me cutting this out, because the big air compressor I have here, the bottom's rotted out, so I'm using this little compressor of trying to run a cutoff wheel, cut that angle iron. I got the old one from my dad's shop. We just got to build a little building or something to put it in outside and plumb it into the existing plumbing in here. There's PVC ran all around the shop for air, but I pulled the gas tank back off my tiller and cleaned it out again. It rusted up, so now I got ATF soaking in it to try to neutralize the shit. So hopefully that works out all right. I'm gonna leave that in there for like a week, because it was pretty clean when I was done, but it just rusted back up. I don't know why. I've used vinegar multiple times and just put diesel fuel in after, and haven't had any trouble with them completely rusting up, but this one did. I have a plastic Tecumseh gas tank. I think it's similar size, but it's yellow. So worst comes to worst, I'll throw some paint on that and use that. That's a better tank anyway, because I really don't use the tiller a whole lot. But it's pretty much all I got going on. I might throw the tripod up while I'm cutting this stuff, I don't know. If not, I'll come back to when I got it all mocked up and working, hopefully. Alright, well I got it all finished. Seems to work alright. I left this piece of angle on there, so maybe it had a little bit of strength to it. And I don't have a 3/8 pin, so I just put a 3/8 bolt in there and double nutted it. I still gotta tighten it up a little bit. I'm gonna paint that bracket up, but works out should. It's not pretty, but it's better than not having one. I'm gonna clean it up, paint it black to match the plow. This thing sits low, part of it's because the mule drive and the frames wore out. But I don't know if those bolts down there are supposed to be in that lower hole, and that might bring the front of the plow up. I might try to mess with that too. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna sand that control bracket down and try to get that painted white. Wasn't too bad to make. I remembered I had a Sawzall, so I used that for some of it, that I could get the Sawzall in there. Just use the cut-off wheel. But should work. I've been looking for somebody to either get a plow that's rotted out, but I never really could find a piece that I needed. Guy up the street from me that's a welder, he probably could have made one that was a little bit better, thicker metal. I don't know, I guess I'll see if this angle iron bends or not, where it pushes on it. I think that's the thickest angle iron I had that would work, but I don't know what else I'm gonna film today. I might do some other stuff. Yesterday I was out in the yard working, used the FF20, pulled out some bushes and cut some dead branches off a couple trees. I painted the exhaust on the ST12. I just put a cardboard box around it and sprayed it. I got the headlights and the tail light working. The tail light just had a loose connection. I cleaned up down in there. Got the headlights swapped over. This is the first yellow one with the fiberglass nose cone and all that I actually have working headlights on. Both of my 16.6s up West Virginia, the nose cone's completely broken, so I'm always pulling the whole hood off to work on them or whatever, so I never wired them up. And I don't think the headlights work on my 18.6, but got working headlights on this. I think the headlight switch is broken. I messed with it and got it to work, but I'll have to get a switch. Yesterday I had to free it up. It'd be a lot easier to get these original headlight switches to work if people left them up when they let them sit, but because then I could just clean up the shaft and get it to go in. I've had pretty good luck getting them unstuck without breaking them, but I got this piece painted, put on. I got the other thing for the control rods outside drying. I don't know what it is with Rust-Oleum white paint, but it takes forever to dry. It stays tacky forever compared to a lot of the other paints that I've used. But you gotta get that set up. I might try to work on getting some more of this paint off so I can get the PTO cover on this. I got that control bracket painted. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's exactly for this, but I still need to put the pins in the control rods, but it'll serve its purpose. I don't know if I showed this after I got it all painted. It's better than getting off and having to change it when you want to change the angle of the plow. I just put a longer bolt in for that side cover and the battery tray. Can't remember, I'm pretty sure I did show this, but I think I disconnected the battery, but I got the headlights and all working. I think I did show it, but couldn't remember. I'm just gonna throw the pins in the control rods. I don't know if this is even in the right direction. I think it has to be because it was hitting the hood the other way. I think this actually came off the ST12, this bracket. I got another, I think I got 2 more of them actually, came off of stuff. I didn't get a plow or anything with the ST12. It had some homemade brackets bolted into the front axle. I don't know what kind of plow they had on it, but I think that's about going to wrap up this video. Still got the tiller gas tank soaking, and I got one of those pull behind carts, and it's missing the sleeves that go over the axle so the wheels and tires don't slide back and forth. I drilled a hole in it and put a pin on the back side so they wouldn't slide, and swapped out the wheels and tires on it. I did that outside earlier. Pretty hot out there. Got the AC on in here, but finally got the control arms on. Like I said, I've had this plow probably 2 years or more, and I've been trying to keep an eye out for somebody that's got a rotted blade on Facebook or something, but I just made it. Seems to work. It doesn't seem like the angle iron's bending yet. I don't even know if these are the right control rods or not. They're different than the ones that are on my grandpa's, but seems to be about the right length and all for it. I probably could turn this one around and run it up through the bottom. That way I can use my foot down here and kick it. I might try that. Alright, thanks for watching.